warming up. We are live. Let's do jazz hands. Come on, Ghost Tactical.
Oh, I'm doing the wrong thing. I was YMCA. I'm sorry.
Oh my goodness! I know you just don't want to do jazz hands. Damn you!
I'll do it.
You just don't want to do it. Trust me.
I thought we were at the discotheque. I'm sorry.
I know there's some people who actually don't like the jazz hands. Someone was complaining on one of the podcasts the other day. I do look at the podcast afterwards to see comments that people leave because they don't record the comments in here. They put other comments. People come in later after it's live, and there was a guy there complaining that he doesn't like jazz hands.
Really?
Yeah, but it's an icebreaker, so we're gonna do it.
Is he communist or what?
I don't know. Maybe some people think that jazz hands is communist. No, we're trying to reclaim it from them.
That's right.
We're trying to reclaim it. That's why we do it. We make it masculine, American. It's like apple pie now. Because we do it.
We do it.
Yeah, not really, but
I want to see the guy who's listening to the podcast right now on his way home doing jazz hands, and people are looking at him in his car like, "What the hell's that guy doing?"
Yeah, and
he's jazz hands.
Yeah, and why are you going to be mad about jazz hands? Why? Why are you going to be mad about that? I remember jazz hands. I used to look at Fame. That there was a TV show called Fame.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
I'm trying to remember the woman that was on there because she was hot. I like dancer chicks. I don't know if this guy, like, we're kind of going into the deep end, you know. Yeah, I think dancer chicks have, like, you know, they got nice big legs and stuff. Don't worry about that. But I think she used to make them do jazz hands, right? Like, you know.
There you go.
I used to look at that show for the girls. And that was a real place. That was supposed to be a real place, by the way. So there's some kind of school for the performing arts.
I think so. Yeah, I want to say that's right. It wasn't like a normal high school. I know that. I can remember that about it. Yeah.
And it was in New York. I can't remember the name of it, but guess what? Like Biggie went there, Jay-Z went there. I think at some point Tupac went there.
Oh, really?
Yep. Nice. I might be making that up, but someone double check. Someone double check that, because I think that it's true. There was a performing arts school in New York, and there's even some rappers that went to that school.
Nice.
So check it out to see whether or not. Okay, we got sidetracked. This is episode 294 of the Who Moved My Freedom podcast. Our special guest tonight is this guy right there, Ghost Tactical.
What's up, everybody?
There he goes with his YMCA. Now, come on now. YMCA, if someone's going to hate jazz hands, they should hate YMCA.
Exactly. It's all one and the same. You know, I think that the YMCA, they gave jazz hands classes, I believe.
Oh,
so, I don't know.
Yeah, if you hate that, like if you're the kind of person who hates that about me, you'll hate it when I
That's right.
use my tactical. This is my tactical urban tactical camouflage bag.
That is awesome.
I don't know if you.
Hey, please do that. Please do something for me. Please bring that to SHOT Show. Take it to SHOT Show. Take it to SHOT Show. And if you're not a man, you're not going to wear that at SHOT Show somewhere, somehow, somewhere. You got to incorporate that in some pictures on Instagram.
I'm going to need some money if I'm going to walk around. Somebody's going to have to pay me. I'm not saying I'm a hooker, but I'm going to
need some money left on the nightstand. Yeah,
I'm going to need some kind of motivation to actually walk around SHOT Show with that. You know, like the mohawk is not bad enough.
That's right.
You know, the other hookers might be judgy.
I mean, you know, here's the thing. You probably have better legs than some of them, so they're already going to be kind of judgmental of you. So,
yeah, I have pretty good legs. I have to say.
The mohawk's the deal breaker. That's the game changer right there.
Well, you know. It is what it is. And Ghost Tactical, he's our guest. And we're going to, speaking of SHOT Show, you know, the title right now for the show is Should SHOT Show 2019 Be Moved? If you want to know why I asked that question, it's because we were talking about this yesterday, but the governor-elect of Nevada, and let me see, I'm going to pull up his name here because he's got one of those, his name is like Sisolak. Sisolak, Steve Sisolak, the governor-elect of Nevada. He says that, they're going to put in some serious gun bans in Nevada, the state of Nevada, if you could believe that. So here, I'll throw this up here. I don't know if you saw this. Hold on, let me throw it up in the chat, and then I'll throw it up here again for people who didn't see it last night. And by the way, Disciple gave me $5. He says, "Take the bag to SHOT Show."
Yes, I've got the movement started.
Yeah, let me just tell you guys, I love you all, but $5, you know, it's a start.
Said money. You didn't say how much. You just said money.
Yeah, $5 will buy me a little piece of the airplane. A little tiny, like one bolt on the airplane to fly over there. But okay, thank you, Disciple. I appreciate that. Yeah, that please, people don't get on that one.
Semper Fidelis, Calico Jack.
Yeah, let that one die. That would be my dream.
Yeah, please let that one die, right?
Yeah, because I don't want to have to be at SHOT Show carrying that thing around and taking pictures and stuff like that with it. So
yeah, I think you should.
Yes. Did you see the video? I did a video. Anyone who wants to see it, there's a video. I put the video. It's on YouTube. It's on Instagram. It's on Facebook. It's on Twitter. There's a video. There's a reason. Did you see it?
I haven't seen it yet, but now that I know there's a bag out there with a unicorn on there, I'm definitely gonna go see it.
There's a reason. There's a reason. So that video's out there. Whoever wants to see that video could actually go look at it. Oh boy. Armament and Axes gave us $2. He says, "Wear it at SHOT."
I love it. Huh. I'm sorry, bro.
Yeah.
You're the one who brought it out. I just had a comment on it, you know.
Yeah. Thanks, Armament and Axes. So here's the thing. I've actually been checking out the folding Glock, the M3D from Full Conceal. I don't know if you're aware of that gun.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So I've been checking it out. I have one in. I got one in on T&E. I've been doing some videos. I've done some real like in-depth stuff. Oh crap! Disciple, did he just give another $5?
I believe he did. Yeah, he did. He did.
Oh, Disciple, you are a terrible human being. Not really. I don't mean that, but I kind of do.
Just throwing it out there.
Yeah. Okay, Disciple. He's trying to start a fire. So anyway, I've been testing that out, and there's a lot of, I don't know, where do you come down on the whole folding Glock thing?
It's what it is. It's what it is.
You don't have to be nice, man. I'm open.
No, I'm just saying I personally probably would not be interested, but I appreciate the fact that some people are. And there's some people into that and they'd utilize it. Here's my thing. If you're going to use it and not just put it in a closet or a safe and never touch it again, then no. But if you're going to use it and it's something it's going to get you out to the range, it's going to get you out to do something with firearms, then hell yeah, go for it. Personally, me, I probably wouldn't utilize it a whole lot. Just saying.
Right. Okay. That's a good point. And the way that I feel about it, like I've said, I've done a bunch of different things. At some point here, we're gonna do a torture test of it. Kiaski gave $20. Wear the brony bag to SHOT. Yeah. Kiaski, you are a bastard. You're a bastard.
I love it. I'm glad I could help you out, brother. I'm glad I could help you out.
Yeah. So anyway, thank you, Kiaski. Thank you. So anyway, I've been going through it. Now here's how I would use it. I do think like there's tools, right? The right tool for the right situation.
No doubt. No doubt.
I carry a Glock 43 all the time. And before that, I carried a Glock 19 all the time.
Yep.
I tried the Glock 26. I have one. I have a ton of Glocks. I tried the Glock 26. I like it, but it was a little too small, all that kind of stuff. I wound up settling on Glock 19 until the 42 came along. I got into the 42, but it was $380. When the 43 came out, I sold the 42, got a 43, and then became handicapped.
Yeah.
And what I mean by that is I carry the Glock 43 all the time now, right? It's on my hip right now. I carry it. I think I showed someone the other day. I think I just have the pinky thing on there. So it's what is it, like maybe 7 rounds?
I think it's 7 rounds, 7+1 or maybe 8+1 with the extension on there, something like that.
Yeah, right. I have the extension in my pocket.
Okay.
But I always feel bad. I feel like, man, if I needed my Glock 19, if I really got into something and this is all I have, because I'm getting like, I'm trying to be sexy walking around, you know, with this single stack Glock on me, if I really got into something, then what? So what I like about the folding Glock, the 19 version of it, excuse me, is that you can fold that and you can put that somewhere off body.
Sure.
You know, obviously they say you can put it on body. I think it depends on what kind of pocket space you have. I always walk around with a lot of stuff in my pockets.
I'm 5'8" also, so I'm not so sure that it fits on my body easily. Is it? Maybe it does to you because you're a bigger guy than I am.
Yeah. No, definitely I'm bigger, and that's what I call tactical fat, Ghost. You know, tactical fat. Yeah, it does help, but I have so many things in my pockets. You could do it. You could do it. If you look at the video I did, you could do it. But I think it's really good off body, and you can definitely put it in a bag. And we've got lots of tactical bags that people know that you can carry guns in there if they know anything or whatever, and you could do that. But I like that you could put it somewhere in that bag that doesn't look like where you could put a bag. But
be a great truck gun.
Yeah. However, here's what I think. I would like to put it in something smaller that does not look at all tactical. And that's what that video is. That's why I came up with this, because it can actually fit in here with a 21 round magazine. Okay.
Yeah, that's why you bought it. I'm just saying.
Yeah, that's the only reason. Okay. But here's the thing. Then I was thinking, you know, does anyone recognize what this is? You know, it says Zelda on there. There's some kind of gaming system that the little youths out there use.
Yeah, the 80s call and they want their damn bags back. Just saying.
Yeah. Now you see, like I have two sons. They're 18 and 19, and they play these games.
Daughter. Yeah.
Yeah, and they walk around with these, right?
Right on.
They go out to a restaurant, they put this on the table, all that kind of stuff. So I was looking at this and I was like, oh, I wonder if, and you guys are seeing, I haven't even shot the video I'm going to do on this. So you guys are getting like a preview of this. Look at that. Okay. It fits inside of this. And by the way, this is the 33 round magazine.
Nice.
Inside of this.
Nice.
So think about that. That just came out of that.
Right.
This just came out of here. Okay, so you can go with this much firepower and sit it on the table. No one knows what's in there. So that's the thing. That's what I like about it. And that's why I think that there is a purpose. There is a use for it. I know everyone's not going to agree with that. I honestly just don't give a crap. I'm just trying to tell you people what I think about it and the reason why I think it's cool. And I don't think I'm the only person who sees it that way.
No. Let me ask you a question real quick. And how many rounds have you put through that so far?
I'm gonna say we're like probably close to 600 rounds.
Okay. Have you had? I mean, my only issue until I would get one and go through one is a cycling. Have you had any cycling issues or malfunctions with it?
No. The only time I did have that is I put a suppressor on there, and it didn't have problems when I was shooting it, holding it properly. But when I held it with one hand and kind of like limp wristed it, we had some issues. But that's it. Disciple says he gave me another $2. He's good. See, he's trying to make it rain slowly on me.
Oh, you got another one that just showed up too.
Yeah. Disciple says we want the pink bag.
Yep.
Alaskan Ballistics gave $5. He says wear the bag to SHOT Show. # guard every school. # protect every child.
There you go.
Yeah.
It just got real, brother. It just got real. If we can get what is your if we get to $200, would you wear it?
No. It's gonna, you guys, I'm a little bit,
it's gonna have 3 zeros at least, huh?
No, I don't know, man. I honestly don't know how far this is gonna go. I don't know, but yeah.
I'm gonna text Lola and say I don't want Hank to know, but bring the bag, and when we meet up in SHOT, we're gonna take a picture with that damn bag, just to have one picture with that bag there at SHOT Show.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, we'll have to. We can ask Lola
she can get away with it, right? She can take it.
At what level will Lola deal with that?
Right.
And have to deal with me walking around SHOT Show with that. But I do think so. That's the thing. I think. What was that? We were talking something about this folding Glock. So I can't remember what it was. But
oh yeah, you were talking about. I asked you if there had any cycling issues, and you said the only time is when you went like suppressor one handed and all that. Yeah. But that's probably not the folding Glock. That's just probably any firearm that it has different issues. But I was just wondering with the folding when it goes in. I mean, does it ever have any issues with cycling? So that would be my only issue with it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we haven't seen anything like that yet. I'm going to torture test it to really put it on the pressure, but we've put over 500 rounds. I think we're closer to 600 rounds at this point. We are going to torture test it. I've had Walther from Safety Harbor Firearms that comes on the show. He owns a manufacturer. He builds things. Walther likes the build of it, and I think it is built pretty tough. I've had some other engineers look at it, and even Babyface that's always on here, who's not a fan of it, he likes the fact that you could do, he thinks that's something. Yeah,
I mean, I love the concept, and like I said, I think it's great for people that were interested. I just personally, for me, I mean, I'm not going to sit there and say I would use a truck gun or whatever. I just don't think I could see myself carrying it every day.
Well, and they're coming out. Here's the thing. That's a little bit bigger, but they're gonna do. I think they already have one for the Glock 43. So that's something you can put in your pocket if you want to. If you want to have a backup, if you want to dual wield.
Oh Lord have mercy! Look at this.
What happened?
Oh, you got A&A give you a little shot across the bow.
Yeah. Armament and Axes gave me $2. He says, Hank, does Lola call you my little brony?
Oh, boy.
No, and don't give her ideas either. So Lola was with me. Lola was actually with me. I bought that bag. This bag I've got I got all of these from Walmart. Because I went into Walmart and I was like, I wonder what I can get here that does not look like it's a gun bag, and you won't be able to tell when there's a gun in it that it fits in there. So
did you actually go in and buy those, or did you pay someone to go in there and buy those?
No, Lola went with me, and then I let her pay for it to look like maybe she
You're right.
So I'm really not that brave where I'm gonna go in by myself and buy that bag.
I think you should,
because I don't look like a guy.
Oh Lord!
Christian Gress gave $20. He says, Hank, we want you to proudly demo that bag at SHOT. Bastards all. All you guys.
That's awesome.
All you guys suck.
Keep it up, guys. Keep it up.
Thank you.
He'll bow to peer pressure eventually, guys. Keep it up.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't even know where we're at. I'll let Lola, if you can even hear, keep track of this. Let's see what these people are getting up to. Oh, by the way, before I get into all, so anyway, listen, that stuff's coming out soon. People will see that. It's not really, we got Ghost Tactical here, so we want to talk about him. But before we do, I don't know if you know this, man, but we have a promise to everyone that for the month of December, every day we're on the air, we're giving away stuff.
That's awesome. Yeah, I heard about that. That's great.
Yes. So what we're doing is when we give away something, we're trying to help also who's coming on. So you're the guest tonight. So we want to help you out somehow. What social media do you have?
Oh man, I'm everywhere. Obviously YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Gun Streamer. If it's on YouTube, GunTube, if it's out there, I'm probably on there somehow, some way. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So think of where you would like to get a little boost today, because what I'm going to do is
GunStreamer. Let's send people to GunStreamer.
GunStreamer. Okay, yeah. Cool. Okay, so GunStreamer. That's where everyone's going to have to go to. I'm going to go through and pull out of here right now and tell everyone what's in the box. But I'm encouraging you to go follow Ghost Tactical on GunStreamer. What is your GunStreamer handle?
Ghost Tactical. Yeah, it's right there under Ghost Tactical. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you. And really,
seriously, in fact, on the front page, they have the featured channels. I think I'm like right below yours.
Okay, so let me ask you a question. What's the last video that went up there? Because we should get everyone to go over to a video.
Yesterday I did. I've got a project coming up in 2019, and I put a little 40-second little teaser out there yesterday.
Okay,
and then my show from Tuesday night about training, I put that as a podcast over on GunStreamer as well. So the last 2 days I posted stuff. Yeah.
Cool. And by the way, GunStreamer has an app. I don't know if you guys see that. Boom. There's an app, so you can click on the app, and then I'm going to go search for Ghost Tactical on the app.
There you go.
Ghost.
What's up, Grim 90? How you doing, buddy?
One
of my mods.
So I'm trying to see. Okay, search. And then on the app, I don't know if it shows your channel or just all the videos that came up lately. So what video is it? What's that
There's one. The one I put up yesterday was called Operation Training Day.
Okay, Operation Training Day. I don't know if I see it.
The one on Tuesday was the Tactical Tuesday is called Implementing Training into Your Everyday Life.
Yeah, I'm trying to see how I get to your channel. Oh, okay. So if you click on any video, you can go to Ghost Tactical's thing. So there's implementing
Yeah.
implementing right there. So go in on that. Make sure you're subscribed. And here's what we want you to do. Okay, I don't even know what my sign-in is for this app. I got to figure that out. So go in there, subscribe to Ghost Tactical, comment on that video. I'm going to figure out how to go in there myself and comment on it. But if you guys want to win what's in the box, and it's a lot of stuff, I'm going to go through it if you don't mind, Ghost.
Go for it, man. I love it.
Yeah. And, make some cool comments. I suggest you make fun of him since I have to be, people
I take criticism as a sign of love, so go for it.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, one of the things in there, Optics Planet hat right there with the patch.
Nice.
And that's a nice little Cryptech
That's a sweet hat.
Yeah, so that's in there.
That looks like, I can't tell from here, but it looks like, is that one of those dry fit type hats, or is it cotton? It looks pretty cool.
It says cut, sewn, and assembled in the U.S. I'm not sure what is the difference between. How do I tell if it's dry fit?
Is it a cotton material or like one of those moisture wicking sports material?
It might. Yeah, I think it's going to be some kind of material. It feels good, but it's not cotton.
Yeah, those are awesome. Yeah, those are awesome. That's a great hat in itself.
Yeah, that's a nice hat, and that patch comes off, but it's got an Optics, and I think that's Vertex logo, isn't it? Isn't that right there, Vertex logo?
I believe it is, yeah.
Yeah, so that's pretty badass, actually. I shouldn't be giving this one away.
You should be keeping that for yourself, man.
Yeah, but whatever. We are going to give it away. We already said we're going to give it away. So, What's that, Lola? Yes, Lola says it is a Vertex logo. So that hat is in there. All of this stuff is going to go to one person. So let's see what else is in here. Optics Planet mat. There you go. So a gun mat from Optics Planet.
Awesome.
It's got rulers and stuff like that on it, which is pretty cool. Let me see what else. I'm trying to find places to put. There's a lot of stuff in here. There's a bunch of targets in here, also from Optics. This is a very Optics Planet heavy package. So shout out to Optics Planet for sending us all this cool stuff so that we can give it away to you guys. So there's a bunch of targets in there from Optics Planet. There's Air Pro in there from Otis.
Nice.
Check that out. Otis Air Pro up in there. Let's see what else we get. There's a card for a Hank Strange card. There's a Keltec koozie.
Right on.
The Keltec lover in you. You can drink your beer.
Your burr.
Yeah, from Keltex. There's some Swabits, which I like and I use. These are Swabits for cleaning your guns. Very good stuff here that you could wash that and reuse it. There's a pro-choice gun shirt in there. Basically, I'm pro-choice when it comes to guns. That shirt is in here. And let's see what else we got. We got actually Rand CLP combo cleaning pack is in there. Okay. There's a bunch of patches. Let's see. That's a Hank Strange patch is going in there. These are the last of the Hank Strange patches, by the way. So
I tell you what, Hank, I tell you what, when you get the winner, have them email me as well, and I'll send them some swag for myself also. How about that?
Oh, sweet. Cool.
We'll add to it.
Very good. Yes, thank you. There's an LMT patch in there. There's a CAA patch. There's the Magpul 10 years PMAG sticker, which are collectible.
Nice.
Yes, those are very collectible. For anyone who doesn't know, another Glock sticker in there. And this is a LMT window decal in there. There's a Safety Harbor Firearms patch. Boom.
Damn, that's just one day. This is not for the whole month. This is just one day's worth of stuff, man. Yeah, that's awesome.
One person's getting all of this. There's a Daniel Defense patch in there. There's a RS-47. That's Century Arms RS-47, I think, right? Yeah.
Century Arms. Yep, that's correct.
There's a patch for that in there. And then one of our awesome viewers created these. This is basically just a tactical. It's got it's got paracord, but it's dipped in wax.
That's
so
pretty awesome.
Yeah, it's a keychain. I'm trying to remember who. Hopefully, that person is watching because
that's pretty cool. I've never seen one of those like that.
Yeah, Lola knows who sent these, but
I thought you were giving them like a DNA keychain or something at first. I couldn't see what it was.
But because it has that wax on it, it's now. I think it's SoCal Gunner. I want to say it's SoCal Gunner. I don't know. He's probably here in the chat. But anyway, so yeah, that's really cool. You can use that as a weapon. Gouge.
Yeah, SoCal Gunner said that was him. Yep.
Oh, cool. Okay. Yep. Yeah. So there you go. That's all the stuff that's up in there. So there's a lot of stuff in there, man.
Yeah, and I'll send, like I said, if you get me their name and address and all that when they win and let you know, I'll send them some stuff from, I've got some stuff from Venture Gear Tactical, some iPro I can send them. I'll send them some patches, some stickers, all sorts of stuff. I'll add to it. How about that?
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, awesome. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah,
thank you.
No worries.
I appreciate that. Anytime. So go tell the folks how to get to the Gunstreamer channel again while I try to get my info.
Yeah, just go to gunstreamer.com. Up there in the search bar. You can do one of two things. You can just on the main page, you can scroll down and you'll see featured channels and you'll see Hank's up there and a couple other Clovers up there. Mine's up there as well. Or you can just go to the search for videos up top and just type in Ghost Tactical. And it'll come up with channel. You just click on the channel and I tell you what, I was at 190 when I started. I'm at 199. So we've already had 9 people go over there and get that. So
awesome.
That's awesome. Right on.
Yeah. Thank you to everyone who's doing that.
You guys, appreciate it.
Yeah. Go in there, make sure
more to 200. And that's 200's a lot on Gunstreamer. So I'm really happy about that.
Awesome. And then tell them what video they need to go to.
I tell you what I want to do is on Gunstreamer, what I want them to go to, because this is, I do a drill of the month video every month. It's a competition to get people out there to the range and be more proficient with their firearms. So we do a different kind of a drill every month. So the third video from the left that I dropped was on Saturday, and it's called Casino Royale. It's a Ghost Tactical Drill of the Month for December 2018. Go check that video out. And if you really want to, go participate, because if you do it and then you shoot your own video, a video response, and then put it back in there, the winner, we pick a winner each month. And so it's basically there to get people out there and shoot. But go to the Drill of the Month Casino Royale video. That's where I really would want people to go.
Okay,
and I'll put a link in there for you.
Okay, I think we did tell people another video, so I don't know if
well, it's all good. Any of them is fine. Any of them is fine.
Both of those. If you already did the first, what was the first one we were talking about?
Operation Training Day. Operation Training Day. And Lola said to put a link in the chat, but so I did. There you go. There's to the Drill of the Month video. But any of them will be fine. But if you haven't gone yet, go to Drill of the Month, because I'm really trying to get people out there to shoot and go to the range and take someone with them and all of that. So that's what I would really like to see happen, because that's just going to try to push people to the range, which is one of my biggest missions of my channel, is getting people out there and being proficient.
Okay, so let's see. Okay, I'm signed in now. Hold on. Let me make sure that I'm subscribed to you. So I'm subscribed to you now. And then you say go to the channel, and the third video down, Drill of the Month.
Drill of the Month, yeah.
Okay, cool. If you went to the other video, that's cool. We'll make
fine.
We'll make go check that video out. So
absolutely.
Yeah, make sure you like that video, and then comment on it. Play the video and look at it and all that. But I'm gonna make a comment basically thanking Ghost for coming on.
Speaking of Gunstreamer, Paul's out there, and Paul, I think Paul comes out here. I know Ashley watches your stuff, but Paul and Ashley and Austin are good dear friends of mine. But yeah, Paul's out in the chat right now. So what's up, Gunstreamer?
Oh, sweet.
And Ashley's out there. Ashley's out there also. So awesome. Ashley and Paul, we're trying to get people over to Gunstreamer right this second.
Yeah. I hope that the app can handle a lot of traffic, because there's going to be at least 5 people going over there right now.
I hear you.
Yeah, so everyone go in there, comment on either one of those 2 videos. If you've already done it, then it's all good. Firearm rack. Patrick wants to know, what is the Drill of the Month?
The drill this month, or just in general?
I'm guessing he wants to know this month. I also see MW Tacticals out there, by the way.
Yeah, Mike's out there. Yeah, and Mike has actually brought him in. This is the first month that he's actually going to be collabing with the Drill of the Month, because what we're going to do is I'll just kind of do the basics. Is once again, it's get people out there to go shoot, and it's basically different drills that at the most are probably 12 rounds. We want to get it to where you're going to use your concealed carry gun or the gun that you're going to carry every day to be more proficient with it. And what we started doing this month, by bringing Mike in, is I'm going to explain the drill, shoot the drill, and then Mike's going to do like an instructional side with the drill on what it actually does to help you with your proficiencies, what mechanical things it works on, and all of that. So it's the basic idea is this. There's a lot of people, and we'll talk about hopefully about my project later, but this is a whole separate project. But there are a lot of people out there that we want to get shooting, but a lot of people don't have the money or the time to go to training. Mm-hmm. So what we do is we do a drill of the month every month, and it's anywhere from 6 to 12 shots usually. It's real simple, real quick, but it does different things for acquiring targets quickly, moving targets, all sorts of stuff. But we're sitting there saying, we want to be, if you can't afford to go to training, then you're going to have a catalog of the drill of the month videos that if you go and do these drills, we're going to work on different things that you'll be able to be more proficient without having to pay a dime anywhere else. It's free videos out there. So yeah, we're working on trying to be helping people that maybe can't afford or don't have the time to go to get training on their own, but have time to go to the range.
Okay, so they look at the videos and then it tells them what to do when they get down to the range.
I explain the video and then I actually shoot the video myself on camera so people can see me shooting it. And then also in the description of every video is a download link for the target. I even give them a free target that they can print out for themselves. So yeah, everything's right there for them.
I see a good question here, so maybe the gun streamer guys can answer this, but I'm going to ask the question. Knife says, how can I get in without a gun streamer account? Or how can I win? He says, how can I win without a gun streamer account?
It's free. Yeah. Gun streamer's free to sign up.
Yeah, I know that people don't like signing up for a bunch of different things.
Yeah, I know.
I could tell you, gun streamer, they're pro gun guys. They're here, so we could find out what they do with people's info and all that kind of stuff. If they spam you or whatever, we have them in the chat. They can answer that, but they're pro gun guys. So it's not going to hurt you to sign up there. I mean, unfortunately, like I tell people, we're trying to help folks out. We want to help Ghost out with this one. That's why we're making it go that way. So I don't think it's terribly difficult to sign up. What's the process of that?
You have to have a gun streamer account.
Yeah. What we could do, if you really, really, really don't want to sign up for gun streamer, maybe we can give some, or we can give something away to someone that's here in the chat, but it won't be that, because this is for however Ghost wanted it set up. So if you're able to do it, please do it. If you're not, listen, we understand that.
No, it's all good. Yeah.
Yeah, and we're gonna be giving away stuff the entire month that we're on. I know I'm taking a break sometime in this month just so I can actually sleep. So
well, next month's gonna be pretty crazy. So
yeah, next month is gonna be crazy.
Yeah,
and that's the whole thing. Now, do you go to SHOT Show?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so there was this news that came out, which I threw up in there, right? That the incoming governor-elect, whatever you want to call it, he's a Democrat, he's a communist. His name is Steve Sisolak. He'll be the first Democrat in the post in 2 decades, and he says tougher gun laws are among his top priorities as he takes office in January. In an interview with the Associated Press, I'm reading this. If you guys, you can search this if you want to see, but this one's from the Salt Lake Tribune. Coincidentally, that's where the gun streamer guys are. But
oh yeah.
Yeah, this is an interview with the Associated Press. He says he wants to see the state ban assault weapons. Don't know what his definition is of that.
Exactly.
Silencers and bump stocks. And obviously this is all related to what happened in Las Vegas a year ago. And he says this is extremely important to him. He's going to get on this very, very quickly. And of course, we were mad about this yesterday, and it raised the question. People asked this yesterday. Well, there's this thing happening over there called SHOT Show.
Mm-hmm.
So what about that? What do you think?
I think that it's a double-edged sword. I think that Vegas brings in people because it's Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's that aspect to it. That being said, I do agree that if they're going to be in a place that is seemingly anti-gun all of a sudden, then why would we want to have our biggest industry show there. I know that Walter had earlier said, take it back to Orlando.
Florida, my answer to that, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh yeah, go for it.
But I think this is a really important point to make for it, because I saw there's lots of people calling for it to go back to Orlando, including Walter. Here's a problem, Walter. Florida is anti-gun also. I don't know if you know about this.
I'm right, Dallas. Yeah, I think NRA last year in Dallas. I'm from Dallas, so I'm partial. I don't live there right now, but I'm from there. But I think NRA at Dallas was awesome. Texas is obviously very, very pro-gun. Dallas has a lot of stuff that people can do at night, just like anything else. But, I would say, how about we maybe rotate it a little bit? I think maybe a traveling gun show type thing would be kind of cool, to where they tell you where it is, obviously well and ahead of time, so you can make plans. But let's take it to somewhere that, like Nebraska. Take it like Omaha, Nebraska, because who the hell's been to Omaha, Nebraska? But it might help them. They may just travel around, obviously to gun-friendly states. Let's talk about that first. But I think it'd be kind of cool to do that. I don't know.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. I think here's the first thing that I want to say before we even get into that part of it. Okay, so obviously Las Vegas could do whatever they want to do. Nevada can do what the people let them get away with and what the people of the state of Nevada let them do. But how can you have SHOT Show is not just an exhibition. Now, of course, there's guns coming in there. They remove the firing pins, but there's these guns that they call, they're going to put into the category of assault weapons, right? On top of that, there's lots of suppressor manufacturers or silencer manufacturers in there. I don't think their bump stock is just going to be the bump stock.
I don't think so either.
So you're going to have a show that sells stuff that people can't buy there. Can you even have the things on exhibition there? But outside of that, before SHOT Show starts, there's this magical thing called Media Day, where people go out into the desert and shoot this stuff. Is that going to be legal? Now I'm not saying that's going to happen for SHOT Show 2019. I'm not saying these laws are going to be in effect by January. It's highly unlikely that's going to happen.
Well, he's not going to be sworn in until January, so
yeah. But if he's jumping on this, or if he has the power to make this happen, it could be a problem. But at least the following SHOT Show, it's going to be a problem if they put it into effect pretty quickly. Think about that. How can you have a show there when you can't legally have the things that are in this show that people are in the case of Media Day shooting, and in the case of on the convention floor, these things aren't supposed to exist within the state.
Right. That's a great point. That's a great point.
Yeah. So that's just one part of it. The other part of it is the people who put on the show, all the manufacturers that go there, the NSSF themselves, right? The National Shooting Sports Foundation. They've got to put a stop to this. If they're really pro Second Amendment, people have to get off the fence, including the manufacturers, and stop going for this stuff. And they have to say, hey, if you don't want our money, we're going to pull out, and we're going to take our money somewhere where people want our money and respect our beliefs and respect the Constitution as it stands in the United States of America.
No, I agree 100%. I think that, like I said, it's a double-edged sword. I think that it's very easy to sit there for all of us to say, I don't want to go to a state that doesn't like us. But on the flip side is it's a kind of a big up yours too. We're here, we're bringing, and I want to say that SHOT Show might be like the second or third biggest industry show that Vegas has every year.
It is, yeah.
So
I think CES is the biggest, which I've never been to it, but I go to SEMA, and that's the second biggest. So I think SHOT Show comes in at number 3. Yeah.
So you've been to the second and third. How much bigger is it than SHOT Show?
SEMA show is massive. They use every convention in Las Vegas.
Holy cow! Wow.
Yeah. And SEMA, CES, which is the electronics, consumer electronics show, that is just a little bit bigger than SEMA. SEMA is so big that SEMA uses the outside of hotels to show off cars. So you don't even have to go in to the conventions to see like badass cars. They have cars just in the parking lot outside of the convention and all. It's massive. So SHOT Show is pretty big, though. SHOT Show is pretty big. It's probably, I'm going to say, about half the size of those other shows, but those really are the two biggest shows in
they
Las
said
Vegas.
that I think what last year's like what 68,000 people at SHOT Show. So you're talking 120, 130,000 people at those other ones. Holy cow, that is massive.
Yeah.
That is massive.
Yeah. So Disciple, he who shall not be named at some point. Yeah, Disciple gave another $5 for the Brony shirt and bag at SHOT Show.
Right.
Thank you, Disciple. You're so awesome.
That is awesome.
Yeah. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Is that like a thank you with a wink, or
yeah. It's a thank you with a neck choke?
It's like with a question mark. Thank you.
Yeah, like if I can get my hands on you right now. So listen, I think this is the thing. I don't know what's going to happen. I'm just asking this question. The thing that really annoys me about this is that I think that the NSSF, how come we haven't heard from them yet? This is right up their alley. This is in their wheelhouse. Whatever other craziness you want to use to talk about this, Nevada, Las Vegas, SHOT Show is your thing. You should be out there screaming bloody murder right now, and I don't hear a friggin' peep out of them.
Yeah, it's interesting because you have to wonder. We all wonder agendas to begin with. Honestly, we always wonder what they're thinking, what they're trying to do. What do they really have our backs? Do they not have our backs? What's going? This one we're going to find out maybe some true colors with this. I think this is something that, like I said, I didn't really think about it until you start talking about all this stuff about some of the items that are at SHOT Show could be banned, and that ain't good. That ain't good. It's going to be interesting to see what happens. I seriously, I don't think that they would move it anytime soon. I don't think that 2020 will be moved. They might already have that contract set up. I don't know.
Yeah, but what happens if when 2020, like right now it's hypothetical. This guy takes office in January. I don't know if the governor of the state of Nevada has the power to write some kind of executive order and do it. So I'm going to say it's going to take him some time. SHOT Show would have happened and gone by. But let's say by 2020, this is actually a law. And this is why they should be making noise about it now. I don't know when the industry is going to get off the fucking fence. That's why I'm wondering, what is it that people have to take from the industry for them to get off the fence and start talking politics here? But let's say it's in effect in 2020. There's a whole bunch of people that pay money to exhibit at SHOT Show that will not be able to do that. They won't be able to do that legally unless they. By the way, I'm going to tell you something about SEMA Show that I know. I've seen it, and I think it happens at SHOT Show sometimes. The FBI will show up at SEMA Show and arrest people's asses.
Really?
Yes, I've seen it happen. And SEMA Show is for cars, right? It's an aftermarket auto show. So there's Chinese manufacturers and all of that kind of stuff, and other people in other places that knock off some companies' things, right? And they'll deal with the FBI and whoever else, Secret Service, whoever is involved
like for
with that.
Patent infringement and all that stuff.
Yeah, they knocked off someone's product and they make it and they have it over there. FBI shows up and locks your ass up. I saw it happen. I remember one day there was a booth there. I went by, I came back the next day. That space was empty. And I was like,
really?
What? Yeah, I asked the neighbors, like, what happened to these guys? And they're like, oh, FBI came here and locked their asses up. Took them out. I think look in the news right now. America had one of the executives from a Chinese company arrested in Canada. Someone, I've got to look that up, but there was someone like the daughter of some company, of the head of some company, a Chinese company, and she was an executive in that company, and she was in Canada or someplace, and America said, they've done such and such a thing. She needs to be arrested. So that thing could potentially happen, and I'm not just making it up or trying to make trouble. That could happen, that you have something that you're not supposed to have in the state of Nevada there. You're going to get arrested.
Yeah, I mean, I would have to assume, obviously, that there's probably FBI floating around SHOT Show as well. I mean, it's probably every major one, but especially SHOT Show. I mean, there's got to be agents of ATF, all sorts of
ATF has a booth there.
The alphabetical organizations out there will all be there. Yeah, the ATF does, but I'm saying is they probably have people like walking around. There's all sorts of people walking around, probably just looking and probably seeing what's going on, you know?
Yeah. Vanessa Kitty says Huawei, I think is how you say it. Huawei. I think maybe it's Huawei or whatever. The phone company. You know, they make phones. They stole, I think there's some kind of thing going on right now with Huawei. And there's an executive there. She got arrested. And she's like the daughter of the owner or whatever.
Really?
Yeah. So this is, if they do that over there, they're definitely going to do it at Gun Guys.
Probably. Yeah.
Yeah.
No
So
doubt.
it's very interesting. I want to know, like, when is the industry, not just the NSSF, not just the NRA, we can beat up on them all day. We have been doing it. We're not happy about them. But when's the rest of the industry? When the firearms manufacturers? When are even the blogs going to get off the fence and stop pretending that they don't care about politics and that politics is not directly connected to firearms in America?
Yeah, and that's what I was talking about earlier. I mean, we're going to find out if they, you know, they say they have our backs a lot, you know, and all that. They're the ones with the money. They're the ones. Yes, we as consumers have the power at $5, $15, $20, $50 at a time. They've got the power with 7 or 6 zeros at the end of power that they can get a hold of congressmen and all that. The problem is, and I've got a bunch of friends of mine that are in the industry, that are owners and presidents of major manufacturers. And I might piss them off by saying this, but here's the real deal. They like it when there's the fear of gun restriction and gun control because their sales go up. They don't like it when things are okay. Whether they want to publicly admit it or not, there are a lot of manufacturers that wish we had a Democratic president right now for their sales. And that's the way it is. I know that's the elephant in the room that everyone knows, but doesn't like to address.
I think, yeah, you're absolutely right. You're 100% right.
That's the problem.
Here's the problem with that theory, or what I like to call the Hillary strategy.
Yeah.
That's not going to work. And here's why. I'm going to tell you why it's not going to work. See, the last time it did work and everyone got a big bump up from it, several things happened. People spent a lot of money they shouldn't have. They took losses. That's still fresh in their memory. So no matter what, we're not getting that kind of bump again. Okay. The other part of it is that a lot of people now realize they're not grandfathering in things when they create laws. You know, that's what happened here in the state of Florida. That's what's going to probably happen when the Trump administration comes out and drops some kind of bump stock ban on us. They're not grandfathering these things. So therefore, by the swipe of a pen, one day you bought something legally and it's your property, and then the next day it's not anymore. And people are aware of this. So what makes you think that because they think you're going to take their guns, they're going to rush out there and buy a bunch of guns, that they're going to lose that money, and it's going to be, those things have to be turned in or destroyed?
Well, it's just like Smeggy out there says, they like the fear of the bans, not necessarily the bans themselves. But I mean, we remember Sandy Hook in 2012. Okay. We also, we fought the quote unquote assault weapon generation 2 that we basically told them, no, you're not going to do this. And we shut that down as a community. Who's to say, though, that it was a threat because Obama was in the White House, and it wasn't Obama as a person. It was a Democratic liberal that was seemingly anti-gun, and not just him, but everybody else was anti-gun, and they were coming after our stuff. And look what happened. We said, no, you're not taking our assault weapon, our assault weapons, which we don't even know what that is. But you're not taking my AR. You're not taking my AK. You're not doing that. The problem is the industry to a certain extent got behind that, but they also love the fact that the threat was out there. Now, I think once the industry realized that the threat was actually real is when they got involved. They weren't in on the front end. They were, hey, let's see where this goes a little bit. Let's see if there's some, panic buying going on. And then when they realized, oh, they might actually have the votes to do some of this stuff, that's when you saw them jump in. So I just hope sometimes it's not too late. That's all I'm saying. I hope it's not too late.
I think we are in too late category, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Look, the Republican Party supports it. the president is asking for it. You know, the president of the NRA told us, hey, and I voted for him, right? Lots of people who are here probably voted for him. He's asking for it. Republicans want it. You know, Democrats definitely want it. Lots of people want to get a victory. They want to be able to go on the late night talk shows and all that because they think somehow these people are going to treat them like they're heroes. Well, I could tell you the Governor Scott here of Florida, he pushed for gun control in Florida. He forced the Republicans here who are a bunch of, you know, I don't know whether you're a cursing man or not, but they were a bunch of pussies. And
I can curse the best of them.
Yeah, and they put this into effect here in Florida, and any of those people who ran for office after that, Democrats here did not go, you're so awesome. You gave us gun control. Thank you. We're going to support you. No, they went hardcore against them, right? So I think that there's a very high statistical likelihood that we're getting this stuff. We already have it in states. And there's a high likelihood that it's gonna go on a national level. And what do you think? I mean, we already have a machine gun ban, ipso facto, you know, right? You can have machine guns if you
got 25 grand. Yeah,
if you can jump through all the hoops and do all the things it takes. But we're gonna get more than that, unfortunately, because everyone's asleep. No one thinks that Trump is gonna do it. It's crazy. But they don't think he's going to do it. Republicans want to do it. Democrats now have the House. They have Congress. Yeah. You know, and this thing in Nevada, it's, you know, Nevada's close enough to California. You got a bunch of people from California that have gone over there. They're close enough that they can do this. And it's devastating. I'm going to say something to you. It's devastating. That assault rifle part of that, what do you think their definition is going to be?
Well, see, that's the problem. Okay, that's the problem is you start talking about not just bump stock, but assault rifles. You start talking rate of fire. Okay, and I'm a big thing on this. Is one of my big things. They're going to start trying to regulate rate of fire. The issue is in order to regulate rate of fire, there has to be a definition and a baseline of what rate of fire is. And there's one, there's not. But two, how in the hell are they going to define what a baseline rate of fire is? Because you're telling me that Jerry Miculek is going to be a felon because he can pull a trigger faster than the average human being? Come on now.
Yeah. That's going to be scary.
It is going to be scary.
Yeah.
And here's another thing. A 17-round mag for your Glock 17, who's to say that they don't ban those? Because technically, by having a 17-round mag versus a 10-round mag, you're able to shoot at a higher rate of fire.
Yeah,
because you're not reloading.
What's all the things that are gonna be established as assault? It's gonna start with AR-15s. We know that
ARs and AKs, they're gone.
Yeah, it's going to start with what we call normal capacity magazines. Okay. Then anything that someone uses, this guy used a revolver. Sorry, you can't have more than one round in a revolver at a time. You know, this is the kind of, like you said, someone's going to use a Glock somewhere. Oh, he used a Glock that had 15, 17 rounds. Yeah, you can't have that. It's got to be, what's New York? Is New York 6 or 10?
I think they're 10.
Yeah, so you know they're gonna go there and then go, yeah, can't have more, and then eventually, yeah, you can't have this. You're gonna have to get background check to buy ammo, to do this thing, to do that thing,
right?
You know, but people are gonna wait until they get smacked upside the head with this. And the thing is we've had this conversation so many times, it's just like making my head spin. But the NRA isn't trying to wake up anyone because they asked for this.
No,
so they're not saying anything. Lots of people getting mad.
They literally asked for it on October 1st with Chris Cox and Wayne LaPierre. They literally asked for this.
Yes. And that's getting tough. I mean, I've seen, you know, for example, I've seen like people who represent the NRA taking some serious heat. I kind of, you know, I don't put it on the employees of the NRA who are paid to say certain stuff. If you want to put heat on people, I think you should put heat on people who actually run the NRA and not people who punch in over there and aren't responsible for everyday things that go on. I'm not blaming anyone for doing that. You know, I think that the NRA set these people up as the interface for us all. So the flip side of that is if you get the jobs set up as the interface to the people, you can't be mad when the people start interfacing with you in a negative way. But really the true people to blame here are the actual people who run the NRA, which is LaPierre, Cox.
Yeah, and I tell you, I had a young, I would say young man. He's probably early 20s on my show last week, and he was talking about the NRA this and the NRA that. I renounced my membership. I'm no longer a member of the NRA, and I will. Hopefully, I will one day if they change their shit. But I told him, I said, and this is something that a lot of people that just casually follow the political side of the firearms community is this. What most people hate, including myself and probably you, what we usually hate about the NRA is actually the ILA. And that's what's sad. If the NRA would split and they would have two separate entities, the NRA and the ILA, and the actual NRA would go back to instruction, gun safety, education, youth shooting, that's something that I could get on board with. That's something that I could go and support the NRA at. What I will not support is the ILA, the legislative strong arm, who is basically drowning the rest of the NRA in their wake. If they would just split, or if I could be guaranteed online that I could sign up for the NRA and I get to choose where my money's going, like I wanted to go to the youth education project for the NRA, I would do that in a heartbeat. But we all know that all that money, it's going to the ILA. And I don't think that Chris Cox and Wayne LaPierre should deserve a damn penny, because they're basically stealing from the American public right now.
Yeah, I don't know if we can get them to actually split or anything like that, because the way
it'd be great.
Yeah, all the walls that they've built up around themselves, I just doubt that we're going to really be able to do that. I'm still an NRA member. I've been trying to go there and vote and do all that kind of stuff. I'm really just like tired of it at this point. You know, the NRA probably needs to be smaller, and what we need to do is not have one big megalith of a organization represent us. Mm-hmm. You know, maybe we have smaller organizations represent us. I think people are already starting to realize that they prefer, like what you and I are doing right now, what you do every day, what I do, what other folks out there do. I think the people prefer that. They prefer to support us. You know, we interface directly with them. We're responsible with them. They can choose which one of us they like, don't like.
Exactly.
Yeah. I think that's going to work better, and then somehow we all get together and we rally people on certain things. You know?
I tell you what, and I tell you what, something that's getting ready to happen, and I want to promote this. G-Webs, you know, gun websites out there, but G-Webs over at Gun Channels and all that. He is trying to put together a 2A summit at SHOT Show and get all of the social media personalities, whoever's there, to get like a room at the so one of the casinos that we can get a room at, and get everybody in one room and start going over a strategy from the social media side and say, we have the power to change a lot of stuff collectively. We've got the power to change the world if we ever got on the same page. Everyone puts aside their egos. I don't like that guy, so I'm not going to do anything he's involved with. If we can set aside our egos, come together and formulate a strategy with, you know, the GOA, the SAF, hell, the NRA wants to show up, but get everyone in a room and say, we need to set an agenda and a strategy, and then everyone in that room that has social media platforms can then go out and collectively we can change the world. We can rally the troops on one basically front, and everyone's on the same page. And I think that's a great idea. Unfortunately, I don't know how many people are going to show. I'm going to be there. You know?
So here's the thing. I think G-Webs has been trying to do that for a long time.
He has. Yeah.
I know he's talked to me about it before. I know when I've actually spoken to him about it, and I saw the disappointment in his eyes, it hurt me. You know, because he really does mean it. I think there's multiple problems here. One, you already know, we don't actually all get along.
No, we don't.
And there's lots of reasons why we don't actually all want to be in the same room.
That's correct.
I think the other thing that's happening is that not everyone's going to SHOT Show.
You're right.
If you notice now, there's a lot of big dogs.
Mm-hmm.
They're not going to SHOT Show. They don't have to.
Well, they go for one day, have their meeting, and they're gone. You know.
Yeah. If they don't, and they don't need to go to SHOT. Let's be honest about it. Yeah. I think that I'm not trying to beat them up for not having to go to SHOT Show. I think SHOT Show is a massive waste of money as well.
It is.
You know. I think
to a certain extent, yeah.
Absolutely. It's more of a show I know there's buying and stuff like that goes on, but we have this magical thing called the internet. That's where stores buy their stuff. It's a big pomp and circumstance that they put on so they can go out there, get away from their wives, get some hookers, and spend some money that they can write off in taxes and all that kind of stuff. Now, those of us in the gun YouTube or content creator social media circles, we go there because, like, for me, I'm not so big that there's a bunch of companies that are going to send me things before SHOT Show and say, hey, make videos, do stuff on this, and then when SHOT Show is going on, everyone's searching for that. You can just put up your videos. So I go there so I could see things, so I could talk to people, so I can create content. The problem with that is I'm running around all the time because I'm paying. Yeah, I'm paying to go out there. Therefore, I have to figure out how to get back the money that I'm spending to go there.
That's right.
And so that means creating content, and when everyone else is having parties, most of the time I'm sitting somewhere. Really, Lola and I, we eat one time a day. We get up, we drink like orange juice, we drink liquids and stuff. We run around, we have dinner, and then we go back to the room, and she's knocked out
and passed out. Yeah,
and then I'm up until late, like editing stuff to try to get videos up. Yeah, so that's what there's going to be, all those things that you're fighting against, and it sounds like it sounds bad. I know it sounds bad to the people who are looking at it, but that's what we're going up against. And maybe there's some other way that people who do want to get together can do it. Yeah, and we can cooperate with each other because we do have the internet now.
Exactly. And you're exactly right. I mean, for me, SHOT Show. I received several guns this year from companies strictly because I had a relationship built at SHOT Show and at Range Day. So for me, SHOT Show is not necessarily going to look at the new guns. Is it cool to see the new guns? Yeah, it's cool. I love guns. So of course I want to see them. Is Range Day awesome because I get to shoot these new guns? Hell yeah, it is. But the 99% of my whole time is, you're trying to shoot footage for the viewers and all that. But for me, it's networking. It's starting and building and building on relationships with companies for down the road. For me, it's an end game. It's I can't get anything done for my viewers if I don't have relationship with industry guys. And that's what SHOT Show is for me. I'm like you. I get up in the morning. I'll go to the media room. I'll grab, I think, an orange juice and a cookie or something. I might go in the media room for lunch and grab something. But most of the time, me and Clover went to IHOP. Or we found some buffet at night. Me and Yankee and G and all them went to a buffet at one night. But I mean, most of the time that was our only meal. And I got back to the hotel room, kind of absorbed what the hell happened that day, set up a game film for the next day, and I was out because I was exhausted. I mean, I think I averaged 11 miles of walking per day. Does that sound about right to you?
Yeah,
11 miles a day. That's a lot of steps, man.
Yeah, it's a lot of steps depending on what's going on. It's actually harder when you don't do that much mileage because you're just moving in little tiny distances.
Right.
And it's more of a workout when that place is crowded with people and you're just walking a little bit. Disciple gave us another $5.
He's not giving up, man. He is not giving up.
He says, before the bank calls, 5 more for Hank to wear and carry the Brony shot.
He's getting close to his daily limit. He's got
that bank is going to shut you down. I want you to record the phone call with the bank where you're trying to explain that this is for the bronies. But thank you. So yeah, I think listen, honestly, I wish I did not have to go to SHOT Show. Yeah. And I don't. It's a decision I'm making. I don't have to go. But you're right. It is for networking, but it's also a very difficult thing because I know, like, for example, I've gone to SHOT Show and I'll be talking to, there's something cool there, and everyone is like, oh my God, you have to go over and check out these people and do a video. I go over, I check it out. It's cool. I do a video. Those people are usually happy. Oh man, you covered a thing. Okay, awesome. Right. And I put that video up there and I'm like, listen, this is a show. The message here is obviously canned. It'll be great to get this thing where we could test it and we could tell people what we think about it. And they're like, oh yeah, you're so awesome. We love you. Yeah. And then, when, let's say that video goes up and everyone really likes that thing, when the big dog,
where are they? Yeah.
Well, when the big dog that didn't go to the show, but has the clout says, hey, I want that thing. Those guys are going to send it to him.
Yep.
You know, and there's not necessarily so many things to send out and all that kind of stuff. Then we have to figure out other ways to get our hands on that thing. And it's a I don't know, man. It's just that's what frustrates everyone, I think, that actually does this. Or maybe if people are looking at this and they just see the glitz and the glamour.
Yeah, they don't understand the 99% of the stuff that goes on behind the scenes, that it's hard ass work, man.
Yeah. So I think that's what happens at those kind of things, that we get caught up in it. I wish there was a different way for us to, I don't know, get on some kind of like, I don't know, go-to meeting or some other thing.
Yeah.
Some other thing that we can do, and people can do it like on a day where they set aside time for it, and they're like, okay, let's have this thing. Let's have people dial into this. Let's give people individually an opportunity to voice their opinion, and then maybe some way of voting on what does everyone think about something and which direction. I think we're pretty much all in agreement.
Yep.
Right.
Well, and I think, and it sounds bad, and it is an expensive trip, but I think a lot of, for me, it's 99% the networking. Okay, but part of that networking is with other personalities, other channels, other people. And you know, I've got some good friends, some of my best friends in the world, I see twice a year or something. You know, I see it NRA and at SHOT Show, and we talk every day, or we talk once a week or whatever. But it's always nice to just give them a hug and say, guys, I hadn't seen you in 6 months or whatever. And that's the cool thing, because that's also part of the business, also, is doing collaborations and doing all that stuff. But you're right. It's an expensive trip to have meetings and to see friends is really what we're there for. You know?
Yeah.
Yes, we get some content and all that. It's some cool stuff and all that. Don't get me wrong, but it's networking with these industry leaders and seeing some friends. And it's an expensive week long. I'll get there Saturday and I'm leaving until Friday. I mean, it's a week long in Vegas, you know?
Yeah. And now there is a flip side of that, because, you know, I'm trying to look at all the angles. But before I get into it, by the way, people, there's a box of stuff that we went over here, a box of goodies that's going to one person. Too much awesomeness to mention in here. If you want to get this, you have to go to Gunstreamer, subscribe to Ghost Tactical on there. He has a video, the third video. What was it again?
Casino Royale is the drill of the month.
Drill of the month. And you can you can potentially win this, because he's going to go through sometime at like around 8:30 before we end the show, where he's going to pick someone that's going to go to them. Here's the flip side of what
someone that makes a comment, right? Do I just pick any random comment?
Yeah, you can pick a comment. If someone gets your attention in there, we're trying to have this go to someone that hasn't won something.
Okay.
You know, so maybe pick a couple of people, and we can all, you know, we can think like, okay,
sure.
You know, I don't want, there's lots of people right now. We've got, I don't know, 140, 150 people in here. There's people who come in here every night and do stuff. And I want to get as many of those people.
I love that.
To get some cool stuff from us. So we just want to make sure that it goes to someone who really wants it and they haven't gotten a chance to win anything.
I love it.
So yeah. Now here's the thing I do think, or I wonder why at SHOT Show, you know, you've got all these companies, you've got the industry, you've got gun stores, you even have people in new media, even the old media, right? They don't have, like, I know they have some kind of meetings, but they don't really set aside time where they get like a big auditorium and they say, hey, all you guys come down here. We want to talk about this. Let's talk about what we can do to help out here. And then we're going to have everyone. We'll have the industry people, we'll have these people, we'll have those people. And everyone will all meet. We'll all talk. We'll pass the microphone around for a couple of hours and we'll all talk about this. And people in the industry will give out cards. And then, so then people can go off into little pockets if that's what they want to do, you know, and deal with each other, even though ultimately it's all the same message. Why doesn't the industry get involved in this? Why doesn't the NSSF say, do this? I think a lot of times what they do is they pick someone they like and they have like a cool thing with that person or whatever, but they don't, you know, that's, I think, trying to control the message too much.
I think that, no, I think you hit the nail right on the head, but I think that the problem is there is a lot of politics behind the scenes, and you know this, and I know this, but the people out there that aren't creators and all of that, they don't know there is a lot of backstabbing, there is a lot of shit talking, and there is a lot of politics that go on. Blacklisting, we all know that happens of different people.
Yes.
There's a lot of stuff that goes on in our industry when someone starts to kind of rise up. Everyone tries to keep them down. They want to make sure that the big dogs stay big dogs. And I think the problem is the industry has so much invested in some of these big dogs that even the industry wants to keep them on top because they've got so much literally invested in these guys, you know? So I don't know how that's going to play out. I think it's interesting. I really do.
No, I'm just saying it's a what if. I don't think they're actually.
It's a great what if. Great. What
Firearms Rack says, laugh my ass off at a couple of free hours during shot. It's true. I know. But guess what? If I really do believe that if the industry got behind it, it's enough of a motivation for people to get on board, and they have to stop going to the big dogs. The problem with this message is that the audience out there is too hip to what's going on for the big dog message to work all the time. That's what I think is happening to NRA. That should be a good example of what's happening. I think that a couple of years ago, I always tell people the story. The NRA wanted to figure out how to control the message of the YouTubers and the new media. They decided to invest into securing some personalities out there. I think that was a wise decision on their part. In the beginning, it was met friendly. It had a friendly reception from the folks out there, and some of those people became really big just to not dance around it. A good example is Coley Noir. Yeah,
absolutely.
I really like him. I think he's really magnetic. He's got the ability to talk about this stuff, true believer, all that kind of stuff. They got him. I think he already had a name. We all already recognized him, but then that kind of like catapulted him because everyone was happy for him and happy to receive that message and get out there and follow it. And it worked for a little while. But what's happening now is that people are mad at the NRA because they realize this world we're living in, we have sources to get our news, and people get it, what the NRA is doing. And now they're kind of like, that sword is cutting the other way for Coleon, that people are mad at him. And I follow him on social media, and I see that he's kind of like frustrated with what's happening because people are putting it on him. The reason why I don't put it on him, because he's an employee.
Right.
Okay. The difference with me, trust me being here and saying whatever the hell I want, it has a price. It has a price.
No doubt.
Notice that. I want people to recognize that this has a price for me to say whatever the hell I want. Okay. It's very tough. That's why you see that there's people that support me and they've been here for a long time. And there's some people who have not lasted, and situations that have not lasted because I say whatever the hell I want. Right. So there's a price being able to say whatever the hell you want.
Yeah.
Okay.
I actually had this conversation a few days ago, two separate ones. Once with KD and then once with Mike. And they obviously bring a perspective that I don't have. Okay. The problem with Coleon is when he was just Coleon and he was getting into guns and getting into shooting IDPA and all that, that's when I really, really enjoyed it, because I was like, yeah, this is cool, and then the NRA says there's a black man who's well educated, can articulate a nice message, and is a gun person.
Yeah, and people love him.
Teeth in it.
I think Noir could be like he could be
massive,
a congressman, a senator.
No doubt.
He could be president. I think he's a cool person. I know people are mad at him because of the NRA affiliation, but
they're mad at the NRA through him. I don't think that people are mad at him, or they don't understand that it's not him.
Yeah. I personally really like him. I didn't realize this, and I know some people might get mad at this. I know that I always liked him. He reminds me of Lola and her family.
Oh yeah.
And then I recently found out that he's like Nigerian, which is I used to live in Nigeria. Yeah, I used to live in. He's American, right?
I knew you did. I didn't know that he was Nigerian descent.
He's of Nigerian descent, which I actually am in a roundabout way. But I lived in Nigeria and stuff like that, and I think that's the affinity. But guess what? It's not just me. Lots of people have an affinity with him. He's like kitty litter for old white people.
Right.
You know, people love him. He's a good dude. I think the thing that helped him grow is now kind of like a massive anchor to him, and it's the NRA. But I don't know what the nature of that relationship is and whether or not he could get out of it. I don't know whether or not he agrees with everything that they're doing. I do know that he's an employee there.
I will say that a couple of the conversations that I've had in the last few weeks, and Coleon has come up. Not the discussion was about Coleon, but he came up. And the consensus is, obviously none of us know except for Coleon and the NRA. But I would say the consensus would be he could probably get out if he wants to.
But think
we talked about blacklisting. We talked about ruining someone. That's probably something that, I hate to say it, is probably going to be, would be legitimate. You know,
they could try to do that to him. I could tell you that right now. I'm not trying to say that that's what's going to happen, but let's say we're talking about this strategically. They could try to, they're not capable of doing it. I think at this point, he's actually, in terms of notoriety, he's probably, right up there with the NRA. I'm not going to say he's bigger than them, but he's right up there. Here's what I mean. You're talking about a guy who was on Bill Maher. He was on Joe Rogan. He's been on Fox News a bunch of times. You know,
you don't like having him back on for the second time. Have you noticed that? Because he owns their asses.
Yeah. So I think it's, you know, I saw him on DJ Vlad TV, which is a hip hop thing. You know, I'm into hip hop, so that's like a hip hop thing on YouTube. Actually, the biggest hip hop YouTube channel out there when it comes to news, right?
Oh wow, okay, right on.
So that's where you go see, like, you know, you DJ Vlad interviews, you know, whoever the hell's the hottest person in hip hop. Actually, all the rappers. He's got a massive channel, lots of stuff out there. So I think that he's already built that name. So there might be a price for it. But if he might want to pull himself away from them, but it's up to him. He's his own man. Maybe he agrees with them.
And honest to God, I don't know him well enough to say that. I've never met him and had a conversation with him personally. I've met him, said, "Hey, what's up?" But I've never had like a conversation. So I'm not going to pretend that I'm part of his circle. But I will tell you is I do know people that are in his small circle, and I think that everyone will say when you're growing and you've got this mission and all of a sudden you start seeing some serious money being offered to do what you want to do and to do what you like doing, it's hard for anybody to say no. Yeah. Unfortunately,
I think you would take that opportunity.
I think we would all have, I think every single person would at least look at that opportunity.
Yeah.
Now, whether or not we take it or not is, but no one's going to sit there and say no. You start throwing a 6-figure check my way to do YouTube, everyone's going to look at that. I guarantee it, you know?
Yeah. I could tell you, I don't know. I know him. I have conversations with him. I'm not going to say that we're like best buds.
Right. Exactly.
I have his number. I've texted him, you know, sometimes takes a long time, maybe days or weeks for him to text me back. If I called him right now, he probably would not answer the phone, but I've talked to him enough to see that he's a human being. And I want people to think about this. Here's a young man, a young black man. Okay. I know there's people out there who don't like that kind of conversation, but he's a young black man that can do a lot of different things.
Right.
And he is sacrificed to stand up for the Second Amendment and talk out there and put our message out there, most of which we agree with. Correct. When his community that he stands up for turns on him, I don't think it makes him mad that we don't agree with him. I think it hurts him when we decide that we're going to personally tear him down.
Yeah. Because
we're mad at the NRA. I think that hurts him. And it would hurt you too. If you stood up for this community and you were out there taking slings and arrows and you had the media and you had all these people out Hollywood and all that kicking your ass, probably offering whatever money you think the NRA offered him. Don't you think Bloomberg would offer him 10 times that amount of money to turn around tomorrow and turn against the Second Amendment? They would love that. And so he stands up and he takes slings and arrows for you and then leaves his flesh and blood on the table. And then, like, I mean, I hate to say this, man, but like the stuff that Yankee Marshall said about him, that's horrible. And it's even worse that it comes from someone who claims to be in the gun community.
Right.
It's hurtful. It's incredibly hurtful. And I get it why people might want to do things like that for shock value and all of that. But that's a human being. And outside of being a human being, he's one of our brothers. Right.
Yeah. Yeah, no doubt. Yeah.
So
I think the problem is with Coleon, and there's a statement I want to make, and it's going to piss some people off. And I apologize. I don't want to do this on your show and maybe turn people off, but there's an elephant in the room. Okay. And I said this with KD last week on a show we were both sitting on off air. I said, the problem is there are a lot of the gun community are the Jim Bobs from the South. Let's just be real about it. And they don't necessarily want to see a person that looks like and talks like Coleon being a representative of the NRA. Let's just be real. Now, the other flip side of it is this. I think what most people get mad at Coleon is not of Coleon. I think that they are mad at Coleon because they have the perception that he sold out to the NRA. And that's not necessarily true. I think he chose to join up forces with the NRA to do positive. I think that if you ask Coleon, his mindset was, I've got the backing of the NRA. Imagine what the message could be that I could reach now. Now, unfortunately, the turn that has taken over the last few years of the NRA/ILA, he's kind of gotten caught up in that, because now when someone wants to speak with a representative from the NRA, who do they send?
Yeah.
They're sending Dana and they're sending Coleon.
Yeah.
And so now they're thrown into the fire, fighting the fire for the NRA. So they're the quote unquote faces of the NRA. I'm not saying that they don't necessarily believe all that, but they are, there's a lot of people that will look at Dana and Coleon and say, oh, this, that, and the other. Well, understand, like you said, they're employees. Sometimes they're saying what they're being told to say, Yeah.
One thing I will tell you, man, if people, and by the way, Lolo always tells me I should remind people why I do this show. I do this show because I feel like our industry, in terms of what you and I do, is a lot like WWE or F or whatever the hell it is right now. Right. It's a lot. It's like wrestling, and a lot of it is fake. And there's people also who don't want to give you a platform. So I did it to make a platform and then talk to people and tell people what I really feel about shit and have no one get in my way of saying it. So that's why I'm doing this. And also to give the folks out there an opportunity to ask, or like you, for example, you and I are talking about this. There's no financial incentive for you to come on
I guarantee there's no financial incentive talking about what we're talking about tonight.
No, there isn't. But here's something I've learned in the 6 years I've been doing this.
Yeah.
One of the worst things that you can do in life when it comes to something like this that you feel very passionate about, one of the worst things that you can do is make alliances with people that have more than you. That is one of the worst things that you could do. If you want to make alliances, you need your brothers in the trenches to be on the same level as you. And I'll tell you why. Because most of the people that have more than you, they always are jealous of what they have. They're always worried that someone's coming along trying to take that thing.
Right.
Everybody else is, and rightly so in a lot of cases, right? Everybody wants something from them. So whenever you're dealing with anyone, if you're dealing with if you're a small YouTuber and you're dealing with a big, massive YouTuber, if you're a YouTuber, small or big, but you're dealing with a big company and they have a lot of money, one of the most destructive things to you, although it seems sometimes like the best thing in the world, is when you're dealing with someone who's so big.
Yeah. Because
they won't listen to you.
That's right.
They are in charge. They are steering the boat.
Yep. And we're the crew. We're the crew. Let's be real.
Yeah. Ultimately, you have to go along for the ride or get the hell off the boat. And I know that sounds like, oh, no, there's no way it can't be like that. You could do this. No, you can't. Not if you're not truly independent. You're going to get in a lot of trouble for it, and it could cost you something. I know that because I've been through that over and over again. But the way that Lola and I have what we're doing set up is that ultimately the number one person I have to answer to is Lola.
Right.
So do, and you can ask her. I do whatever the hell I want to. She supports me. And there are other people that support me out there, right? There's definitely companies. You can see one right down there, you know, Franklin Armory. I can go through ATI, all these people, Safety Harbor Firearms. Those guys support me and help me say what I want to say. But there's other people that have gotten very upset with me saying what I want to say, you know, and I take a fall for that. And I temporarily, you know, have to step back or change the way that I'm doing things because of that. But because because I'm diversified, because I don't have one megalith that I have to answer to, I'm still here able to do that. Not everyone out there, especially when you, let's say you sign up with the NRA, you sign up with this organization or that organization, you're just like, no matter how badass you think you are, you're just a little tiny person in there.
That's right. Yeah, and I'll say a thing that I always try to say, and I'll get people. I'm extremely small. I mean, I'm 1,800 subscribers, but there'll be people that are just starting out. They have like 100, 200, and they start. What do you want to do? I say, look, here's the thing, man, is you've got to be you. If you're trying to be a certain way to get famous, because I think here's a problem, and you know what I'm talking about. There are a lot of us out here that are in it for fame, fortune, and free shit. Let's be real. That's what they're doing.
Yes.
Me, you, other people, we're here for a mission and a message. And I might not have a lot of people that have seen or heard of my message. And I hope that I get more. But the ones that are know that I have a message and a mission for my channel. You have a mission for your channel. You know, other people, Clover has mission for his channel. And we're true to ourselves. We're real people. We're not acting anyway. But there are a lot of people that will do whatever they have to do or say what they have to say to get that big dog status or to get that golden apple from that industry leader. Here's the thing about that. Here's a problem with that. They're going to fall eventually. They're going to fall. The apple will fall off that tree eventually. And who's left? All of us going, we've stayed who we are the whole time. We've been true to our supporters and our viewers. We've been loyal to them. They've been loyal to us. And when those big dogs, when they realize I can pay this guy, and I'm not going to throw names out there, but we know we're going to pay this guy $20,000 to do a 6-video series. Okay. Or I can give 20 different channels $1,000 in the same gear. And now which one's more important to that company? Eventually a company's going to sit there and saying people don't trust the big dogs anymore because they know they sold out. So I think that where we are at, and you're bigger than I am, obviously, but I mean, the smaller channels that aren't the mega channels, if we continue to do what we're doing, staying loyal and truthful to our message and to our viewers and our fans, and we do it the right way, when it's all said and done, those big dogs won't be trusted, and the companies will have to come to us because they know that we're where the power is. We represent the actual people. Some of the big dogs don't represent the people anymore.
Yeah, and I'm not knocking them for that.
Not at all. Not at all. They made that decision. Yeah.
That's just naturally the way that it happens when you're big.
That's right.
You know, I'm a capitalist.
Exactly.
You know,
I'm
at the heart of it, I'm a capitalist.
Money if I can. Let's be real.
I'm not in this world to suffer. I'm not in this world to suffer. I'm in the world to fight. You know, but yes, I think you're absolutely right. Armament and Axes gave me $5. He says, you know, keep saying what you say, Hank, and wear the damn brony bag with the Decepticon. Oh my God.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it.
So, but listen, I think what you said is, I think you're making a really good point there. The industry, like the firearms industry, is way behind other industries. You know, and I think that in time they will realize that it is more valuable. I could tell you one who's someone who I see who's kind of big, but I really respect what he does. And I like a lot of folks out there. So don't take this, you know. Don't read more into it. But I really respect like Nothing Fancy.
Yeah.
Okay?
Sure.
He has a specific thing. Not everyone agrees with it, but he does. He sticks to it. He knows what he's doing. He has a very loyal following, and I don't know what his numbers are right now. Someone would have to go look and tell me, but I'm sure he's over 500,000, maybe 800,000 people. Yeah. But he's not like 5-6 million, but those are some loyal dudes.
Yeah.
You know,
I'll give you another one. There's two people that I watch that some people go, ugh. I watch Such because he might bore you to death. But if I'm looking for a gun, or if someone wants to know the ins and outs of it, if you've got 45 minutes to watch a video, Such is as good as there is. But people, he drives people nuts. I watch Such and I watch Mr. Guns and Gear. A lot of people don't like either one of them.
Well, yeah, I think Such is a good guy. He's just he's just got Southern charm, and yeah, that's why I think he does what he does. And but he has the ability. He has a big library, like not as big as Hickok maybe, but he does have a big library of things. He's been doing this a certain amount of time, and whatever. So I know people do knock him. I don't knock him for doing what he does.
No, not at all.
You know, I really like Guns and Gear. I can tell you that. So Guns and Gear, he's been really good to me personally. You know, he's a really good friend and all that. But I think that he's also building that, you know, that like that big library, and he's giving people information, and he's doing things a little differently and all that kind of stuff. I like lots of people out there. I think there's no limit on space here for people to do what they want to do. Ultimately, the audience is the audience, and they choose. You know, and either the audience is going to find you genuine or not genuine. There's a massive audience that likes Such. There's a massive audience that like this person or that person. And sometimes those circles cross with us or with other people. But ultimately, folks out there, they're the ones choosing every day. And they also get bored, no matter what your thing is.
No doubt.
Right? They get bored of it.
No doubt.
So I see you're putting names up in here. I have no idea what that means.
That's from Gunstreamer.
Oh, okay, cool. All right, cool. So, oh yeah, because we're 8:30.
Yeah, I follow directions well. I'm a Marine, so I learned to follow directions relatively quickly.
I'm like, what the hell is Ghost doing right now? I don't know.
I'm having a little bit of a stroke here and a seizure, so I'm just going to start typing different words in there. You know?
Yeah, yeah. Rob D, New York Outcast says, "Laugh out loud. You didn't sub me yet, Hank." So, okay.
Actually, Rob D, he comes to a lot of my stuff. He won the November Drill of the Month. He shot really well and all that. He was the
tell him to put your. I don't know if he could put his channel in there. Let me see. I think I could probably go through from his comment here.
Here, I can copy it for you. How about that?
Let me see if I can open it in a new. I'm going to his thing right now.
Okay, well, if you can't, I'm putting in the side chat for you.
Oh, okay, yeah, that might work better.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll go. Listen, I'll sub anyone who's a gun guy or whatever. I'm not like that, man. I'm not, so terrible. I won't. There you go. I think I'm your like 34th subscriber.
There you go, Rob D.
Yes.
Rob D. Yeah,
and I guarantee you right now there'll be a bunch of dudes like, yeah, well, you didn't subscribe me either.
Oh yeah, you better get that list out. Yeah, and that's the thing is I would love to sit there and subscribe to everyone that subscribes to me and all that. It's just not feasible, and
it's not capable. Look, you're on. This is not the first time you've been on, right? I don't know how many.
Yeah, this is like the 4th or 5th, something like that.
Okay. Maybe? I don't get a chance to look at your videos.
I get it. Yeah, I understand. I don't watch a lot of other videos. I really don't.
Yeah, and that's the thing about subscribing nowadays with the algorithm, the way that it's working. So I'm happy to subscribe to people because I think that those subscriber numbers will stay in there, and it helps you. It's like a moral thing that helps you out. I think ultimately what you need is the people who are capable of looking at your videos to look at it. The problem for me, I literally do this all day. I got up at 6 o'clock this morning. And I've been going since 6 o'clock this morning, running around, doing errands, talking to people, working on videos, posting things, all that. You got to like realize I'm actually running Hank Strange YouTube, Lifestyles of the Locked and Loaded YouTube. I have Stranger Palooza, which is my car thing that we're building. Right. I have a bunch of social media that I'm building for all those different things. We strip out the audio from this, make it a podcast, and it goes up on iTunes. And I can go on, but it's it gets really, really crazy.
Oh yeah.
To be able to, Okay, Lola says, can you send those names to Lola so she can take a look at it?
She's text them to her, or is that what you want me to do?
Yeah, if you can. So maybe she can take a look at it before we talk about it. Because she's texting me. So even for example, I'm not trying to make any excuses to anyone. I just want you guys to know this. Lola is my wife.
Right.
We follow each other on social media. A lot of stuff that I post, she has no idea that I did that. At some point, she goes, "Wait a second, what the hell did you put over here?" You know. So I think that's how it is, and it keeps me busy. Noodles 1980 says I look tired. What did I tell you before we started this, Ghost?
Dude, I'm too stupid to remember that far back.
Remember which one we talking about being tired? Remember before this?
Oh yeah. Hell yeah. Yeah. You're on the verge of falling asleep right now.
Yeah, I was telling Ghost, listen, I could take a nap right now and sleep through the whole entire show. I feel,
Not a problem.
Yeah, once I'm up doing this or whatever, I get the energy from you guys. That's why I do appreciate the people out there. I kind of like feel the energy of everyone getting excited and getting into things. And that is like my drug. You know, I've never actually taken the I take like prescription drugs, but
right.
You know, I've never taken the other drugs out there. I'm not against it, but I don't you know, I don't do it. Christian Gress says, Hank, I hear you. I'm a subscriber of a ton of channels, but don't always have the time to sit down and enjoy them all.
I understand.
Yeah. Yeah. I think, and that's the thing, you know, that's why I think I've never discouraged people from doing this.
No, no, not at all.
Yeah. Do it and make it for yourself. You know, and put it out there, and the audience will find you. Southern Partisan says, I knew I liked this guy for some reason. He's a devil dog. Talking
Semper
about
Fidelis. You. Semper Fidelis, brother. There you go.
Yeah. Rich White says, I don't care.
Lola hear me? Is Lola listening?
I don't know if she's listening or not, but okay. Yeah, let's look through that. So what are your names? What are the three names?
She sent me a text and she said that someone looked like your folks. I have never seen any of these people unless they're different people on Gunstreamer than they are on YouTube. I don't recognize any of these names. I just went through the names that their comments caught my eye.
Yeah. So let's okay, why don't you tell us here, let's do this.
Okay.
Tell us the first one that you saw. What was the name on Gunstreamer?
The first one that kind of caught my eye on a comment was Truett49.
Truett49.
Truett49 says, I'll have to take my sons out to do this drill. Not my daughters, though. They're better shots than we are. I thought that was funny, but the fact that that's the whole point of the drill a month is getting people out to shoot. So if he's going to take his sons or she's going to take her sons out to shoot because of this drill, that's what it's all about, is getting people out there shooting. So that's the one that caught my eye first.
Okay, Truett49. If you're here in the chat, let us know who you are. By the way, before we go into the next one, Archangel says, Hank, you look tired this morning. That's why you forgot your keys. So, oh, yeah, she says she can hear you.
Okay,
so, yeah.
Okay. Oh, yeah, I just got her text. I'm sorry. Yeah, I just got her text. It was hard for me to like one-handed text all that what I just said to her. So
yeah,
let's hope it's listening.
Right, Archangel was here, by the way. He helps us out, so that's one
Archangel,
thing. Yeah, we're able to do this because there's people helping us. Archangel is one of the people that helps us. He helps us to do some things that we can't do, and he's close by. So he was actually here. And so when I met him over here, I didn't have my keys.
Oh, no.
Because I forgot it this morning because I got up early and I was rushing. And then Lola threw off my whole, like I have a whole thing of routine of what I do. And then the order in which I grab my keys. And Lola threw it off because she saw me when I was getting ready to leave. She was giving me stuff to do.
It sounds like you need to take Lola to a nice dinner tonight because you just threw her under the bus.
No, I'm throwing her. I'm definitely throwing her under the bus, but yeah, the throwing is deserved in this case because I keep telling her like when I'm doing my morning routine, don't get in the middle of it.
Right.
You know, but Lola has like any wife out there, she likes to, oh, you're gonna be able to do this. Well, I think you can do this thing, and I think you can do this thing and this thing also.
Right. I'm a creature of habit also, and I find myself doing the same thing pretty much every morning, and I know that that's the way it is. And so anytime that for whatever reason my thing gets thrown off, it's like it takes me at least 2 or 3 hours for me to get back on track. And it's something very, very small, but I'm very much of a creature of habit. No doubt about it.
Yeah. By the way, Pixamite1 gave us $4.99. He says $4.99. He says, "Get ready to wear the sack, Hank." Okay.
That could be taken a lot of different ways. So I'm just saying.
I already wear the sack. Yeah, and it's furrier than that brony. I'll tell you that.
Now Lola's getting into the conversation out there. She's firing back now. Here we go.
Yeah, Lola says she wants to know what she packed me. Okay, she was trying to do something nice for me. She packed me food, which I didn't eat. But see, it got in the middle of my thing. I don't eat. I just get up, go through all my stuff, get my stuff, and I go out. But she was trying to help me because I come in here and I don't really eat, and then I don't eat properly later on, and all that kind of stuff. So, all right. So the first one, what was the first one again?
Truett 49.
Right, Truett 49. I don't know who that is.
Don't know either. Don't know either.
If anyone knows who that is, let us know. Okay, what's the second one?
The second one is 2A TUSC Tech. 2A TUX Tech. 2A TUSC Tech. Don't know this one either.
2A TUSC Tech. Okay, and what did 2A TUSC Tech say?
He said, "This is an interesting exercise for real life practice. The only thing that will make it better is if Hank's brony replaced the cards on the target." But the first part of it is what really got me, because that's exactly what I put. Every drill is for, in my eyes, is for a specific skill set to have for carrying every day. This one happens to be acquiring targets fast and acquiring your sight picture quickly and improving that skill. So I like that because he recognized I do this for you to practice for real world shit, you know?
Okay,
so
very
cool.
that
one. I like that one.
Yeah. Rich White says, "Geez, Hank was getting ready to plug my other channel, and that silly Marine cut him off."
The Rich White's one of my moderators. I call him 1% because his name is actually Rich White. But when you see Rich White, it's like, oh, it's the 1% right there. You know,
that's his for real name.
His name is Richard White, but I call him 1% because he's Rich White. You know.
And Firearm Rack says Lola is the keeper of Hank's sack. Hank's sack.
I think all of our wives, the keepers of our sacks.
Yeah. I'm thinking stuff, but I'm not going to say what I'm
I understand.
I'm thinking it, not going to say it. Not going to say
there are a ton. By the way, I want to say thank you to everyone for getting involved with this. It's nice to see subscription numbers and all that go up and the views and all that go up. More importantly, I hope you watch this video and actually take it and put it to use in your real life. But there are a shit ton of comments. So I've been going through them for a while, you know.
Yeah. And what was that second name? The
2A TUSC Tech.
2A TUSC Tech. If you're in here, 2A. Oh, MW Tactical says James Miller, 2A TUSC Tech is me.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, right. Come on, Mike. We're not. We might have been born at night, but it wasn't last night, bro.
You're gonna mess 2A TUSC Tech up, man, because he might win, but if it's you, he's not.
That's right.
We love you, Mike, but you don't get to win this stuff.
That's right.
Okay?
That's right.
You gotta give it to the people. Okay. Let's see. So what's the third one? The
third one. Let me go back down to it. Okay, it's Tasman 6955.
Okay, Tasman 69. That name sounds familiar, but people change their names as they go over. What was Tasman's comment?
The biggest thing is he said, "Looks like it's something I would like to try with some friends. Great video here from Hank's live stream." But I like the fact he's saying try it with some friends. Once again, if you see a common theme here, it's not only going to the range, but bringing people with you to the range. That's the whole point, to get more people into our community.
So. Okay, absolutely. Yeah, very good point. James Miller says that he is 2A TUSC Tech. So, and I don't know if James Miller, if we've given him anything, but we got 3 good names here, 3 good comments. I like that comment actually from 2A TUSC Tech. I thought that was good because he included the brony in there. And,
he did.
Yeah. He made the first part of it was good, and then he included the brony. So
it was a well thought out and well rounded response and comment.
Yeah. So I think that was good. I don't know. I don't think we've given him anything. I could check with Lola. But I'm okay with that. If you're okay with that,
I'm absolutely okay with that. Sure. Yeah.
Okay. So there you go, James Miller. You're the man. You win this box full of stuff. It's going to be pretty heavy. Lola will curse your name when she's mailing it, but you win it.
James, also on my lower third, I don't know if you can see it or not, but send me an email. It's live@ghosttactical.us. Send me an email with your name and address, and I'll make sure I send some swag your way as well.
Oh, okay. Very cool. Congratulations to James. I know there's a bunch of people that went there and commented and all that. Thank you guys
so much, man.
Yeah, that was really awesome. If you didn't win something, rest assured, like I said, for the rest of the month, every day that we're on, we're going to give stuff away. So we've got cool stuff. So don't be disappointed if you didn't win.
Keep coming back every day this month,
Yeah. Yeah. And Tasman 6955 says, congrats, James. Shout out to Tasman. Shout out to everyone who did it. I really appreciate you guys doing it. We're trying to make sure that we spread the love out there and get it out to everyone. So, and Tasman's congratulating James Miller along with a bunch of other people in here that are congratulating him.
Can I say one more thing real quick?
Yes.
Just because you guys went over there to create an account on Gunstreamer for the giveaway, don't just not use that. Gunstreamer is one of the only platforms on the internet that allows us content creators to put whatever video we want. We can put stuff on there that we cannot put on YouTube or Facebook or Instagram. Gunstreamer, also, I talk to them on a weekly basis, at least someone on there. They've been on the show, so they're great people, very good people, and they truly care about what we say. They're asking for our input all the time. They want to make it a better platform for the viewers, for the creators, and all that. So now that you've gone over there to create an account, don't just forget about it. Go utilize and watch. There's some really cool channels that I found on Gunstreamer that I had never seen on YouTube that are really, really awesome. Liberty Doll's over there as of this weekend. She joined up on Gunstreamer.
Right. I think she's also on Full 30.
She is.
Yeah. But yes.
Utilize Gunstreamer, man. It's a great platform. Great
platform. I agree with that. I would I'm not trying to advocate. If I was gonna advocate one thing over the other, I would say people should definitely all get up on Gunstreamer. To be honest with you, that would be my thing. I would echo what you said, and I'll prove it to you guys right now. Until recently, we had over 1,000 videos on the regular Hank Strange YouTube channel, right? Mm-hmm. If you go there now, it's around 900 and something, because we constantly have to take videos off of there. Now, some of those videos are like the podcast when we used to do it over there and we're moving it. But there's a lot of videos that YouTube is pulling all monetization. It's not that it's all about the money, but when they do that to a video, they also they basically hobble that video. So not everyone's going to be able to see it.
They definitely put it behind the 8 ball. That's for sure.
Yeah. So I've removed, at this point, there's probably about 50 or so videos that you're going to find that are uniquely on Gunstreamer and not on YouTube. Because YouTube, those are banned videos or contraband, whatever the hell you want, what category you want to put it in. So there's a bunch of things that, like, for example, I recently did a Ruger 1022 bullpup build with Walther, and we put that video up twice on YouTube, and every single time they were like, hell no, to this video. You can find that video on Gunstreamer. So, if you're looking for it. Yes, absolutely. And there's a bunch of other videos that you won't find on YouTube, but you can find them on Gunstreamer. I'm on a few different places, but I think I agree with what Ghost is saying here in terms of I can actually talk to the folks at Gunstreamer. They actually answer my questions. They come on the show. They're in the chat right now. They are communicating with you guys. Right. And when you say you want to support pro-Second Amendment people who are trying to help gun people, I think Gunstreamer is not the only one, but one of those people.
And as far as, I've worked with YouTube, I've worked with other platforms, and I can tell you right now that Gunstreamer for me has been the best to work with, because they will listen to what you have to say, and if you give them a suggestion and it makes sense to them, they'll implement it. Which I love that, they're listening to what we have to say. And that's when when you've got a great platform, when they're listening to the consumers, they're listening to the viewers, they're listening to the creators and saying, what can we do to make the best platform for everybody? Yeah. And that's what they're doing.
Absolutely. When I was on the convoy with Barnauls, which Barnauls helped me out with that convoy and put it together and got people to get on board. When I was finished with that, I actually went back through Utah and stopped in Salt Lake City. Met with YouTube and Gunstreamer, but you know, that was really cool for them to like come out, sit down, talk to me. And all that kind of stuff. And I think that you know, it's really important. So but you know, we can't just put our content there. That's the problem. That's the problem with this. We can't just put our content there. People need to go over there. I think we're trying to get to bring other things on board that folks want out there. And, you know, they need our help because they need to be able to show that it's going to take money to do this. And I think they need to be able to show that you guys are coming there and looking at videos and all that stuff. And that's going to help them get the funding to do the things that you say that you want. They already have an app, you know, they have a platform.
And you know, coming in the next 2 months will be live streaming, or the next couple of months. They're working on it. It's close. It's close. But I can tell you this, when they do get live streaming capabilities on Gunstreamer, that's a whole new level, because now you can say and do and show whatever you want over in a live stream and not have to worry about getting it, you know, demonetized and kicked off of YouTube. That's a game changer right there.
Yeah, the thing with that is that's going to be, you know, that's going to cost money. That's not.
Yeah, they're close. I mean, they're working on it right now. It's close. It's probably a few months away. Yeah.
I think, but it's good. But what I'm saying to you is, it's going to cost them money.
Oh yes, it
you
will.
know, yeah, and so this is why they need like the support of people to go through there. You know, and that's why Ghost Tactical and I, for example, are sitting here trying to say to you guys, please go over there. And you know, and there's a couple of other things. I don't know whether or not I should talk about it because I don't want to get people to start harassing them over it, but I know that they're willing to try to help us to do the things that we need to be done, and maybe we'll be able to work out something where I could put my videos there uniquely for a certain period of time, you know, and be able to do it that way. I think for me personally, the reason why I'm not doing that right now is because it still takes money to make the wheels go around over here.
Yes, it does.
You know, and I don't want to get deep into that conversation with everyone, but it takes,
you know, they understand that there's a transition period that's going to take place regardless, you know.
Yeah, I think we're moving in a good direction. You know, there's going to be a lot of people that are going to shake out through this whole thing, but the most important thing I think for all of us, for content creators, for the audience, is to have communication with whoever's building something, you know, to feel like there's a two-way street.
For sure.
Let's see.
I know that it's going to cost money, and you're exactly right. The more people that go over there and create an account and actually utilize Gunstreamer, that allows Gunstreamer to go to these corporations and say, this is our traffic. This is, if you decide to advertise with us, this is the type of traffic. So if you want somewhere for us to go that does not limit or restrict us or censor us, go to Gunstreamer, utilize the absolute shit out of that platform so that they can go and get more money, more sponsors, more ads. So then they can take the next level, because that's what it's going to take. It's not us putting the content. We can do that already. They need the viewers to go and view stuff so they can build up that traffic revenue to go take those corporations, say, here's how many people we have watching on a daily basis. Yeah.
And it's, so for example, when it comes to live, and I'm not speaking on behalf of Gunstreamer.
Sure. No, neither am I. Neither am I. No.
In any official capacity.
No, I'm just a fan of Gunstreamer.
Yeah. But I could tell you guys this, it will be a really good thing if we can get some company out there to sponsor those live, like to sponsor Gunstreamer being able to go live. Not so that I can get any kind of money out of it, but so that, like, let's say every time you look at someone going live, it's saying, you know, blah, blah, blah company or whatever. And that helps them to be able to afford to keep doing it, because you have to realize that this live thing that we're doing is not easy. Yeah, it's not easy to do. It costs money, it costs bandwidth and stuff like that. So if we really want to have it, you know, I think that's what, like, they need to be able to find. And so if you want to help them with that, I think going over there to look at our videos when you can, or especially if it's a video you can't find elsewhere, that's going to help with that traffic that they really need to be able to make that pitch to the different companies out there.
Exactly.
So
I could have said that better myself, man. That was perfect. They've got to have money. They've got the technology. They've got the time. They've just got to keep the doors open. And you know this. I know this. Most people don't understand it. Austin started this thing back in March by basically signing his life away and putting everything that he had into this because he believes in it. He literally is running this through himself. Now, does he have some people have come in? Yes. But if we wanted to make this a viable, legitimate home for the gun community, to post our videos and enjoy what we want to enjoy, they've got to
support it. We have to support it.
They have to have an army. They have to have an army.
And I'm not trying to bring down any other platform out there or anything like that. But I have to tell you guys, if you are a content creator and you want to sign up on GunStreamer, you just have to take your little butt over there and sign up and start a thing. And
they will pull all of your videos for you for free from YouTube. They'll transfer them over for you.
Yeah, but it's not a situation where you like beg to be on there.
No.
Or anything like that.
You don't have to be one of the good old boys.
Yeah. So, and I'm not trying to knock anyone. I'm just trying to tell you.
Just saying.
Yeah. I'm just telling you that that's a reality here. And we have to somehow, like we said before, we all have to somehow get on this. Maybe even you guys, when you're communicating with people, with companies in the industry, you need to just send them a little message like, hey, how come I don't see you guys represented on GunStreamer? Have you guys ever heard about GunStreamer? We need to this is like how we all need to play a part in this, because if we want it to do something for us, we have to do something for it. I appreciate the people who lead by example. What I mean by that is if you want to lead, you should maybe follow first.
That was the thing that I learned in the Marine Corps, and I preach that constantly to people. And I do a lot of speeches with high school kids and all of that. I do a lot of mentoring and big brother stuff. And I tell a lot of people, first of all, if you had to tell someone you're a leader, then you're not a leader, first of all. Second of all, you cannot lead before you learn how to follow. And that's probably the biggest thing that I took from the Marine Corps as an 18-year-old little brat. How can you expect to lead if you don't know how to follow? And I always thought myself as a leader, and I didn't until I heard that statement. I was like, oh, wow, that was pretty profound to me, and you're absolutely right. You got to be able to follow before you lead.
I learned that the hard way. A lot of people, look, I'll tell you how I learned that real quick. We don't have a ton of time.
Yeah,
but, so my wife, when I met her, she had a certain career path that she wanted to go on. Everyone knows her. She's an alpha female.
There you go.
I'm not going to say what kind of dude I am. That's like you just said. If I have to say it, then it doesn't really mean anything.
That's right.
But, I followed her, man. I followed her. I was actually I helped her get out of school. Get her like all the certifications and stuff like that she needed, and get a job and all that kind of stuff. And then I became actually a stay-home dad, and along with her helped raise my boys and all that kind of stuff. And the reason why I'm telling you guys that, a lot of people look at my wife and they're like, why the hell are you dealing with this knucklehead? Seriously, that's not a joke. There's people who say that all the time. Like, what is wrong with you? Why are you messing with this guy? Because I followed first. I helped her do something first. So that's why she's here helping me do something, even helping me in things that you guys think are really crazy, or maybe that whoever you're rocking and rolling with, they wouldn't do it for you. She's doing it for me because I rock and rolled with her first.
Right. So and my wife's the same thing. Is my wife's Japanese. I met her when I was in the Marine Corps in Japan. She left her entire life as a 21-year-old to move to America to marry some dumbass Marine. So I dedicate my life and everything that I do.
Yeah, that's some brave shit.
That's some brave shit right there. And so everything to her is, I'm I put this persona on this thing. I'm whatever. But at home, she's the boss. And I support everything that she does because she allows me to do this. She's not a gun person, but she knows that it's my passion, and she allows me to do this. And so I support all of her endeavors as well. It's a two-way street, man.
And that's a big deal. Like, I think some people, I don't think people should require. I think it's cool if your wife is a gun person as well. But the fact that she's supporting you and not telling you to melt all your guns down, that's a big deal. That's a big step in the right direction. So
Yeah, she doesn't hate guns. She just doesn't say, I'm not going to shoot them. Don't get me involved. But, you know, it is what it is.
Yeah. And you never need to pressure her on that. I tell people, don't pressure your wife into doing something. That's not going to ever help. She's going to come to that conclusion on her own, or maybe not.
That's right. That's right.
But if she supports you doing it, that is massive, because there's lots of women out there that literally would rather have their husband smoke in the house with their children than to have a gun.
That's true. Very true.
So, you know, there you go.
Hashtag Lola's getting a lot of love out there, man.
Yeah. So listen, you know, you can ask her. I hate that, but
it is what it is, right?
Everyone always says that, oh, Lola's so awesome, and no one ever gives me any kind of props for being awesome. I'm like, do they recognize that I recognize you're awesome first? Yeah. I am more awesome because I saw you're awesome. But whatever. I don't get any credit for it. You know, that's the life of a man.
That's right. That's right.
You don't always get the credit.
The caveman never wins, I'm telling you.
Someone says Lola shoots better than Hank. If she applies herself to it, yeah. She's accidentally better than me. I am deliberately though badass in terms of what I do, because I'm deliberate about it. So
I love it.
All right, let's see. All right, so you know what? We're over the 9 o'clock hour, man. We should probably
realize that.
Yeah, we totally went off the script. We didn't talk about much of the stuff we were supposed to.
Yeah, but you know, it was great. I had no idea it's been 2 hours already. That's awesome.
Yeah, that is, man. That's, you know, time flies when you're having fun.
That's right. That's right.
So let's see. You know what? Let's wrap it up, man. Tell the folks once again how they can support you, how they can find you out there on social media.
Man, I'm pretty much everywhere out there. The best and easiest way to find my videos and all of that, my podcasts, is to go to www.ghosttacticalproductions.com. And all of my social media links are there on the front page. So you can find us everywhere that we are.
Okay, very cool. And you know, thank you for coming on, man.
Oh, thanks for having me, bro. I appreciate it.
Yeah. I really encourage everyone to go check out your stuff and support you. Help Ghost Tactical grow. You know, support him where you can. I know you're doing the podcast thing as well.
Yeah.
You know, you're putting it out there. So if you can't watch like live stuff like this, download the audio.
Yeah, I'm on iTunes, Spotify, iHeartRadio, all those good places. Just go search Ghost Tactical, and it's on all the podcast places.
Yeah, awesome. And you know, I want to thank everyone out there, everyone that joined in the chat. That's pretty cool. You know, thanks to everyone that gave money for this.
That's awesome.
Thing. Yeah, I'm not super happy about it.
I love it though.
It's supposed to be a one-time thing, damn it. So, but you know, whatever.
Warrior.
Yeah, you know, the people, if the people speak, I guess you got.
You know, and I love that, because that's what I do love about the live stuff. I'm probably one of the few creators that actually enjoy the editing side of videos. I really enjoy the editing and the producing side of things. But the live stuff for me is you get to show your personality, and you get to have conversations with people and all that, and the chat and all that's going on, and the interaction and the engagement is right then and there. And that's what I love about live stuff is, you know, you can have a discussion and right there. I love it. I love the live stuff.
Yeah. And Armament and Axes gave another $2. I'm going to get out of here before anybody else gives up money. Thank you, though, Armament and Axes. He says hashtag brony bag.
I love it.
But thanks a lot. We'll see you guys again tomorrow. Thanks a lot, Ghost. We appreciate it, man. We'll see you back here again. We're out of here, guys.
Peace.
We're out.